So it's been a little over a month since Apple announced the Vision Pro at WWDC, and there has been a very wide range of takes on this thing. Some people think it's going to be a flop, other people think it's going to be big, and there's a bunch of takes in the middle. After reading and watching a lot of these takes, I've been thinking a lot about what this product is and what the future of it's going to be. Where do I think it lands on that spectrum? Honestly, I think it's going to be a successful platform from Apple. And there's three main reasons why I think that. The first reason is the Apple ecosystem integration. This isn't a random standalone device, but one that will integrate very, very deeply into the already expansive Apple ecosystem. So on day one, there's going to be tons of apps on this thing. The first-party apps from Apple are going to work really well. All your data is going to sync with iCloud. So everything that you have is going to be there right away. Then you're going to have third-party app support. And if developers have existing iPad apps, they're just going to work on this thing with very, very little effort. And they can obviously put more effort in if they want to make it a little bit better. But that being said, you're going to have this very, very large amount of apps that people can use and explore on day one. You're also going to be able to use this with your Mac to extend your display, take the windows out of a 14 or 16 inch MacBook and, blow it up to room size. So if you're someone who's already invested pretty heavily in the Apple ecosystem, a Vision Pro fits into that pretty nicely. The next thing is Apple's commitment to long-term iteration on products. The Vision Pro doesn't have to succeed in the first year. Apple is very good and has demonstrated multiple times that they're willing to invest multiple years into something to figure it out and to make it work. Look at the Apple Watch. So when it was first announced, it had fitness features, but it wasn't fully focused on health and fitness. So after people started using it and multiple versions came out, Apple really started to hone in on what the device is for. And that's really become this predominant health and fitness product, but it really wasn't the focus at the very beginning. Another one is Apple Maps, and there was a recent article in the Wall Street Journal talking about how good Apple Maps actually is now. And that article actually highlights something that I've personally experienced over the past couple of years, which is I am using Apple Maps more and more, and it kind of is the default navigation and maps app instead of going directly to Google Maps. Now, we can all remember when Apple Maps first came out, it was not very good, especially compared to Google Maps. Over the years, Apple really stuck with it and chipped away and made it a great product. So if the first iteration or the first couple iterations of Vision Pro don't really hit the mark, I do see Apple sticking with it and iterating to try and figure out how to make it work and what's kind of the right mix there. If you compare this to Google, Google's notorious for just killing things that aren't fully successful right away, which is kind of ironic because it makes it hard for people to kind of trust and adopt new products because Google's just going to kill them. Now, the third thing, and I think this is the most important thing, is that people trust Apple. Apple has spent many, many years promoting and marketing their privacy features across their entire ecosystem. They know that without trust, they can't do products like this. Without this deep level of trust between consumers and Apple, the Vision Pro really can't exist because there's some very futuristic and if you look at it from a cynical lens, borderline creepy things within this product. But again, if you trust Apple, which people do, then you can do stuff like this. Now, counter to that is Meta, right? Meta is a company that people don't trust as much. I think that's something that if you look back over the past couple of years, that's really going to hurt Meta when it comes to the Oculus product and wanting to get into more of these areas because the trust is not nearly at the same level as Apple. And trust is something that a lot of people, and I think especially people in the tech world, really undervalue. These touchy-feely parts of a product, not just the engineering and how performant it is or responsive it is, these touchy-feely parts matter just as much as all of that stuff. So between the Apple ecosystem integration, the long-term iteration, and the deep level of trust that Apple has with consumers, I think this combination is really going to set the Vision Pro up to be a very successful product. Now, how big it's going to be, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be iPhone big. I don't know if it's possible for any product to be that big, but maybe it's as big as the Apple Watch, maybe as big as the Mac, maybe bigger than that, maybe somewhere in between. Anyways, let me know what you think. Do you agree, disagree? You think I'm full of crap? Maybe. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.